Yo, what's up, fam? Ever feel like your brain's on a never-ending loop of negative thoughts? Like every time you're about to do something epic, that little voice in your head is like, nah, you can't do it? Well, today, we're flipping the script. Stick around as we break down how to rewire your brain, bust those negative thought patterns, and build a positive mindset that propels you forward. Let's get it. Let's get real for a second. We all have that inner critic, that voice whispering doubts and fears. But what if I told you those thoughts, those negative patterns, they're often distorted like a broken record stuck on repeat. They're not the truth. They're just thoughts, and you have the power to change them. Think about it like a radio channel. You're tuned into one with constant static, negativity buzzing in your ears. But guess what? There are other channels, my friend, full of positivity, hope, and possibility. You just gotta learn how to switch the dial. These negative thought patterns, they're sneaky. They come in different flavors like all or nothing thinking, catastrophizing, or focusing on the negative. They'll have you believing you're not good enough, not worthy, or that you'll always fail. Don't buy into that garbage. The first step is awareness. Start noticing those negative thoughts. When they pop up, don't just let them slide by. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? Is it serving me, or is it just that old broken record playing again? Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer, the one in control, and you have the power to choose which thoughts you feed and which ones you starve. So let's start challenging those negative patterns and create a mental environment where positivity can thrive. Now let's get into the science of how you can actually rewire your brain for the better. Ever heard of neuroplasticity? It's a fancy word that means your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And just like you can train your body, you can train your mind. Think about it. When you first hit the gym, you're probably a little shaky, right? But with consistent effort, you get stronger, more resilient. The same goes for your brain. Every time you challenge a negative thought, you're literally rewiring your brain, creating new neural pathways of positivity. It's like paving a new road in your mind. At first it takes effort, but the more you travel that road, the smoother and more familiar it becomes, and eventually those old negative pathways, they start to fade away because you're not using them anymore. So how do you flex those brain muscles? By consciously choosing positive thoughts, by practicing gratitude, and by using techniques like CBT, which we'll dive into soon. Remember, your brain is incredibly adaptable. It's constantly changing and evolving based on your experiences and your thoughts. So instead of letting those negative thought patterns run the show, you're gonna step up and become the architect of your own mind. You have the power to build a mental fortress of positivity, resilience, and strength. And trust me, the more you work at it, the easier it gets. You got this. Alright, now that you know you have the power to change, let's get down to business. The first step to rewiring your brain is becoming aware of those pesky negative thought patterns when they creep in. You gotta become a thought detective. Start paying attention to that inner dialogue. What are you saying to yourself throughout the day? Are you focusing on the negative? Are you catastrophizing, imagining worst-case scenarios? Or maybe you're stuck in that all-or-nothing thinking trap. Here's a little trick. Imagine you have a friend who talks to you the way you sometimes talk to yourself. Would you put up with that negativity, or would you call them out on it? It's time to start treating yourself with the same kindness and respect. When you catch a negative thought, don't judge yourself, just acknowledge it. Say, hey, there you are again. I see you. Then, challenge it. Ask yourself these questions. On-screen text. Is this thought really true? What evidence do I have to support this thought? Is there another way to look at this situation? What would I say to a friend who had this thought? Remember, thoughts are not facts. Just because you think it doesn't make it true. By questioning those negative thoughts, you're taking away their power and creating space for more positive, empowering beliefs. Chapter 4, CBT Techniques, your secret weapon for thought restructuring. Now let's talk about some powerful tools you can use to rewire those negative thought patterns. CBT Techniques. CBT stands for Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, and it's all about identifying and changing those unhelpful thought patterns. One of my favorite CBT techniques is the thought record. It's a simple but effective way to challenge negative thoughts and replace them with more realistic and helpful ones. Here's how it works. First, write down the situation that triggered the negative thought. Next, identify the negative thought you had, then describe how that thought made you feel. List any evidence that supports or contradicts the thought. After that, come up with a more balanced and realistic thought. Finally, note how you feel now, with this new thought. Another great technique is the reality check. Ask yourself, would I say this to a friend? Would I be this hard on them? Of course not. So why am I doing it to myself? Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding you would offer someone you care about. Remember, CBT techniques take practice, but the more you use them, the easier it becomes to catch those negative thoughts and reframe them in a more positive light. You're literally retraining your brain, and that's pretty amazing. Chapter 5, Self-Compassion and Mindfulness, the Dynamic Duo. Listen, we're all human, we all screw up, we all have moments of self-doubt, and that's okay. What matters is how we treat ourselves in those moments. This is where self-compassion comes in. Instead of beating yourself up, imagine you're talking to a good friend who's going through a tough time. You wouldn't judge them, would you? You'd offer them kindness, support, and understanding. So why not offer that same compassion to yourself? Mindfulness is another powerful tool for rewiring your brain. It's all about being present in this moment without judgment. When you're mindful, you're not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. You're fully engaged in the here and now. Practices like meditation and deep breathing can help you cultivate mindfulness. Even just taking a few minutes each day to focus on your breath can make a world of difference. It's like hitting the reset button on your mind, calming those racing thoughts and creating a sense of peace. Remember, self-compassion and mindfulness are not about being perfect. They're about being kind to yourself, even when you mess up. And trust me, the more you practice, the more natural it will become. Chapter 6. Practical Exercises, Your Daily Dose of Positivity. Alright, let's talk about some practical exercises you can start implementing today to cultivate a more positive mindset. Remember, consistency is key. One of my favorite practices is starting the day with affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, either out loud or in your head. They might feel a little weird at first, but trust me, they work. Here are a few examples. I am capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. I am worthy of love and happiness. I choose to focus on the positive. I am strong and resilient. Another powerful exercise is gratitude journaling. Every day, take a few minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as a sunny day, a delicious meal, or a kind word from a friend. Gratitude is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And the more you focus on the good in your life, the less space there is for negativity to take hold. Remember, building a positive mindset takes time and effort. But with these practical exercises, you can start rewiring your brain for greater happiness, resilience, and success. Chapter 7. Recommended reads. Level up your mindset. Alright my friends, we've covered a lot of ground today, but the journey to self-improvement never really ends. That's why I want to leave you with 2 of my all-time favorite books that have helped me and millions of others transform their lives. First up, we have Feeling Good, The New Mood Therapy by David D. Burns. This book is a game changer. It's packed with practical CBT techniques that you can start using immediately to challenge negative thoughts and improve your mood. Next, we have The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This book is all about mindfulness and the importance of living in the present moment. It's a powerful reminder that happiness is not something you find in the future, it's something you create right here, right now. You can find links to both of these books in the description below. I highly recommend checking them out if you're serious about rewiring your brain and creating a life you love. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you learn about the mind and how it works, the more control you have over your thoughts, feelings, and actions. So keep learning, keep growing, and never stop investing in your self-improvement. You got this. Let's do a quick recap. Today, we talked about how negative thought patterns can hold you back, the science behind neuroplasticity, and some real-life techniques like CBT, self-compassion, and mindfulness to change your internal dialogue. Remember, your brain is always learning and evolving. With a little practice, you can turn that negative static into a powerful, positive symphony. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on more content to upgrade your life. Drop a comment below and tell me one negative thought you're ready to challenge today. Thanks for watching, and remember, you have the power to change your story, one thought at a time. Peace out.